திருச்சிற்றம்பலம். ஆடும் பரிவேல் அணி சேவல் என பாடும் பணியே பணியாய் அருள்வாய் தேடும் கயமா முகனை செருவில் சாடும் தனி யானை சகோதரனே. திருச்சிற்றம்பலம். பொய்கண்டார் காணா புனிதவன மத்துவித மெய்கண்ட நாதனருள் மேவுநாள் என்னாலும். திருச்சிற்றம்பலம். தென்னாடுடைய சிவனே போற்றி, என் நாட்டவர்க்கும் இறைவா போற்றி, ஏகம்பத்துரையந்தாய் போற்றி, பாகம் பண்ணுரானாய் போற்றி, பராய்த்துறை மேவிய பரணே போற்றி, சிராப்பள்ளி மேவிய சிவனே போற்றி, அண்ணாமலையமன்னா போற்றி, கண்ணாரமுத கடலே போற்றி, காவாய் கனகத்திரளே போற்றி, கைலை மலையானே போற்றி போற்றி, வெற்றிவேல் முருகனுக்கு அரோகரா. திருச்சிற்றம்பலம். அண்ட சராசரங்களுக்கெல்லாம் அதிபதியாக விளங்கக்கூடிய முருகப்பெருமானுடைய ஒப்பற்ற பரங்கருணையினாலே ஞானத்திரள் சார்பாக நம்முடைய அன்பிற்குரிய அத்தார் தம்பதியர் மிகச்சிறப்பாக நிகழ்த்தி வருகின்ற த பிலாசபி ஆஃப் சைவ சித்தாந்தம் என்கின்ற ஆங்கில தொடரில் இன்றைய தினம் கண்மமலம் பற்றி மேலும் செய்திகளை சிந்திப்பதற்கு திருவருள் கூட்டியிருக்கிறது. We have been discussing for the last two sessions the intricacies of Kanmamalam with the soul. There are three basic entities in the Saiva Sidhdhantham. One is Padi, another one is the soul. The third one is the bondage or blockage in between these two. The bondage is consisting of three main impurities. The first one is known as Anavam. The second one is Mayai. The third one is Kanmam. As a matter of fact, out of the three sections or out of the three parts of the bondage, one was originally blended with the wisdom of the soul. As a matter of fact, it continues still now. It continues. The bondage, the blockage continues still now. That is why it is known as the natural impurity. Natural impurity means Sahaja Malam. Of course, to remove that, God has taken the initiative. He has come forward. He has come forward to help the souls with the wisdom, of course, with the wisdom. With the wisdom means the wisdom is a typical one, the typical wisdom. Why we call it as a typical, we will understand if I tell you that the wisdom will not know by itself. It has to be helped. It has to be helped. That is, along with the human wisdom, God is also to help the soul to know things. It is known as Kanum Ubaharam. In Tamil, it is called the Kanum Ubaharam. Kanum Ubaharam means the God should know along with the soul. If the soul wants to know something using its wisdom, God should also know along with it. Only if God knows, the soul will understand. Now comes the point how the soul understands things or knows things. It understands the things according to the God's wish. As a matter of fact, the human wisdom is understanding as per the understanding of the Almighty. Because God alone understands along with the human wisdom. If the human, let us say a man sees a picture, he tries to understand the picture. He tries to understand the picture. The wisdom helps him. Of course, the wisdom is to be supported by the God, by the God's wisdom. It has to be along with the wisdom. It cannot sustain by itself. God's wisdom is there, it should be there to help the human wisdom to understand. Then comes the point whether the understanding of the thing, the understanding of the thing, it may be right or wrong. It may understand a thing rightly or wrongly. Then who is responsible? Because along with the God's knowledge alone, the human wisdom understands. Then naturally what we will think is that the understanding of a thing, whether it is a misunderstanding or a correctly understanding, the responsibility should be fixed upon the Almighty, because He is knowing along with the human. But that is not the case. Why? Because, see, the human or the soul is given infrastructure to mingle with the prapancham, the world, and to execute deeds according to its wish, according to its wish, or likes and dislikes. So according to likes and dislikes, it understands. So according to its likes and dislikes, God is also extending His help for the human. So only if the God knows, the soul knows. But the God helps the soul to know according to its wish. Then the responsibility of the action may not be fixed upon the Almighty, because the likes and dislikes are owned by the soul, not by the Almighty. Almighty doesn't have any like or dislike. Not only that, another important aspect is, see, a human or soul, a soul is to be delivered what it deserves. It might have committed some mistakes, some crimes in the past birth. Then it has to reap the harvest. Who is to give the yield? Who is to give the yield? God only is there to give the yield, because the yield will not come by itself. It will not come by itself. Or the soul will not go and pick up the yield. But there should be somebody else to bring the yield to the soul to suffer or enjoy the result or the yield of its deed. So, again and again, the souls are committing deeds. For their actions, they have to get the result back. We must understand some intricacies of this karma malam. Basically, we must understand. For example, some people used to say that if father does, the father is responsible for some mistake, or if he commits some mistake, then the yield will go to the son. It is the usually saying amongst the people who say that Appa senjadu pullaike endru the people. But Saiva Sidhdhantham, the philosophy of Saiva Sidhdhantham, denies it. No, it cannot be. See, even a child is just to take. A child, he takes milk. He takes milk. He takes small food. If the child takes the food and milk, it has to digest, not its mother. Mother may be taking care of, mother may be attending the child, mother may be giving all sorts of care to the child, but she cannot take the digestion. The child has to take the digestion. So, if a soul commits a mistake by its likes and dislikes, then definitely the yield is to be borne only by the soul, not by anybody on behalf of this soul, on behalf of this soul. Now other soul can take the responsibility, or they cannot take the experience. The yield has to be experienced, whether it's a suffering or enjoyment. It has to be done only by the soul, not by anybody else. This is the most important thing we have to understand in the philosophy of Saiva Sidhdhantham. I am doing a mistake, and I should be ready to take the yield. We discussed the action or my deed. It stands in 3 stages. For example, the first stage, when I am doing it, it is the first stage called ahamiyam. I am doing it. I am committing it. I am responsible for it. Please understand, any deed or any action is done with the like or dislike of the soul concerned. Without the like or dislike, nobody can do anything. If I am doing something, out of like I am doing. If I am doing something, out of dislike I am doing something. I am asked to do my duty, for example. I may be doing the duty with full-hearted attention. Full-heartedly I may attend the duty. So it is a like. I may not, I may hate my job and I may do it again. Again, these actions are accountable. It brings good and bad, definitely. Because of our likes and dislikes, the actions are accountable. Any action by the soul is accountable because of its likes and dislikes. If I start do something without any like or dislike, there comes the break. Then it is not at all a deed which doesn't have a yield to be given to you. I do a thing without like or dislike. வெறுப்பு இல்லாமல் ஒன்றை செய்கிற பொழுதுதான் அது ஆகாமியம் என்கிற பெயரை இழக்கிறது. That will not be stored as sanjidam. See, the next stage of the ahamiyam, that is the action I am doing it may be stored, its yield will be stored as pavam punyam. Its yield is stored as pavam punyam, suchamam. It is called sanjidam. Then when it comes to my experience, it is called praratham. When it goes from agamyam to sanjidam, from sanjidam to praratham, the same action, same deed for which I am responsible, the yield will be very, very minutely, correctly delivered to the soul concerned. But we have to take some aspects. Aspect 1. How long will it take? Aspect 2. How much will come back? Action 3. The concept 3. First concept, how long will it take? Second concept, how much it will come. third concept, when it is coming as an experience, is there a way to escape out of the experience? These are the 3 points we have to discuss. First of all, we discussed that because of our likes and dislikes, the action becomes ahamiyam. The first stage itself, you want to break the chain. Do anything without likes or dislikes. Nandre seivai, pazhai seivai, nanu idarku nayagam. I don't have a like or I don't have a dislike. See, if you have an attitude, to commit an action without likes and dislikes, then you are getting ready to observe or get the experience also without likes and dislikes. You understand? If you commit an action, if you perform an action without likes and dislikes, then you are making yourself suitable. You are making yourself suitable for experiencing the yield that is called praratham without likes and dislikes. You understand? That is how the ahamiyam and praratham are connected. When you commit ahamiyam with likes and dislikes, then you will be receiving the praratham with likes and dislikes. There lies the problem. You please understand, you don't have a control over Sanjidam. You do not know what is stored, what is in store for you, how much is in stock, all those things you may not understand. You will not know. When you are doing something, you will understand that I am doing it with hatred. I hate this thing. I want to do some duty for my parents. Let me say, I want to execute. I want to exert some service to my mother or to my parent or to my relatives or any power. I am supposed to do some duties. If I am doing it with the dislike, then I am bringing the yield, pavam. Please understand, if you don't perform, again you receive pavam. That is evil. That is ill. You are going to receive ill out of the action because you have evaded the action. Even if you evade the action, avoid the action, that is, if you avoid the service to your mother, so let us say, for example, to do some service to your mother, you avoid it, you don't want to do it because of the dislike. I will not do it, I don't have time, or you give some reason, then you are going to receive ill, definitely. Now you are doing it, but with the dislike. Again you are going to receive ill. Of course, the quantum will be different. That is the difference, isn't it? That is the difference between these two. But please understand, if you are doing the service with the like, let us say, with the like, I am doing this with the liking, I am doing this for my mother, then it brings, please understand, it brings punyam, the good. Then you have to enjoy the result of the punyam. You understand? Either pavam or punyam. Because of the dislike, pavam. Because of the like, punyam. Now what you have to do is, you have to do that without like or dislike. You do it. This is a job given by my Almighty. I am doing it. That's all. Without liking or without disliking. If I am doing it, then I am committing ahamyam. Then what happens is, whatever you do the service, it is converted into Sivapunyam. If you do it with liking, it is converted into Pasupunyam. Pasupunyam also brings good things to you. But Sivapunyam brings you the grace of Lord. So, we have to do something to get the Sivapunyam. That is our stage. Summa iru means, it doesn't mean that you should not perform anything. You should not perform anything. Summa iru. What does it mean? Summa iru means whatever you do it without liking or disliking. That is called summa iru. Summa iru means don't expect any good things out of the things you are doing. I will get to punyam. I will go to heaven. All these things should not be in your mind when you are doing good things. So, please understand, our ahamyam is accountable, it brings results only if we do it with the likes or dislikes. It may bring good, it may bring bad. But the likes and dislikes are accountable, and ahamyam brings you the good and bad. Okay. Now, if you have the maturity to do the thing without likes and dislikes, then slowly you are attaining the maturity of receiving any good or bad with the same likes and dislikes. If you receive good things, no overjoy. If you read bad things, don't get frustrated. Nothing. See, when good things come, don't get excited. If bad things comes, don't get frustrated. Be as you are. So the dislikes and likes and dislikes play the major role in ahamyam and prarabdham. Okay, I have been given the infrastructure God expects me to perform using the infrastructure. He expects. He doesn't want us to be inert with the infrastructures. You understand? We must be active. That's what He expects. But active in the proper direction. You understand? First of all, the parents expect the children to go to school, to be active. Then they will want them to be performing nicely in their academics, in the education. Isn't that? First of all, they want the children to go to school at least regularly. That is how God also expects them. When He gives the infrastructure out of Maya, He expects us to perform. You perform something, then try to do try to do the performance in the right direction. So whatever you perform, that is called Vinay. Not only that, the performance has two parts, the action and also your likes and dislikes. So these two are very important. If you do your action without likes and dislikes, then it is not accountable as winning, as deed, and it will not bring any yield to you. So that is how the saints advise us, our ancestors are advising us, our mentors are advising us, our gurus are advising us. Do anything thinking that God has given you the might, God has given you the thought, God has given you everything to perform this. I am performing it with my wisdom. The wisdom is now clear with God's grace, a little clear, because the moment the infrastructure is removed, I am getting into the darkness. So God has helped me to get out of the darkness temporarily. Now I am out of the darkness temporarily. God has helped me, my wisdom, to be out of the grip of the darkness a little while. Okay. God has also given me the infrastructures to perform. God has also given me the inclination, the inquisitiveness to perform something in this world. So everything, whatever I do, whatever I perform, God's intervention, God's help is always there. So if I start thinking of it, then my actions are going in the, I am traveling in the right direction. So only by performance I can get out of this misery. I can get out of this suffering. Only by my action. Not keeping mum. Not without doing anything. We have to do something. Without doing anything, how can we reap the house? Why He has given the structure, the body? Why He has given the human body? Why He has given so many opportunities? Why He has given so many extra things to perform? So many things, isn't it? So all these things He has given because He expects me to perform. But at the same time, I should refine my likes and dislikes, and I should refine my actions, and I should refine my thoughts. You understand, we have clearly discussed all actions are consisting of three basic parts. First one is the desire, second one is the planning, third one is the execution. Ichai Jnanam Kriya. Ichai Jnanam Kriya. That is the desire, planning, execution. So all our actions are based on these likes and dislikes. So we must be very, very careful. You cannot control, you cannot change Sanjidam. You cannot control, you cannot change the Praratham, but you can change the Ahamyam. Don't think that God has not given you the chance. Yes, of course. Vinaypadidan nadakkum. Praratham. It indicates the Praratham. It points out to the Praratham, not Ahamyam. See, if the Ahamyam is also pre-planned, then what is the fun of giving you the infrastructure? He has given you the infrastructure, He has given you the world, and He wants you to perform. Why He has given all these things? Because please understand, agamyam is at your discretion and disposal. But whereas sanjidam is not at your disposal or discretion, you have done it already and it has been registered. You cannot go back. Once done means once done. If you are wounded with your words to somebody, once done. That's all. You may formally say that I am getting back my words. That will not help much. So whatever you have already done is, they are quite unchangeable. That is called the sanjidam. Sanjidam, you don't have control over it. Praratham, definitely you don't have control. You don't have control. Which should come, it will come. You cannot block it. Now, how to escape out of it? You don't have control over these things. But God has given you the liberty, the freedom to control control your ahamya. So if I am going to do something, you just understand, if I do this thing, this is at my discretion. I am having the freedom to do it in the right way or wrong way. But once I did it, I cannot go back. Once I did it, once I செய்து முடிச்சதுக்கு அப்புறம் அது ஒன்றும் பண்ண முடியாது. Once the things are over, nothing can be done in that things. In those things, we cannot do anything. It's completed. It's over. So, you must understand, God has given you the opportunity of correcting yourself or escaping out of the yield. And He has given you the right way of escaping out of the actions or vinay, deed, whatever you call it. How can I escape out of the praratham? That is the main thing people are worried about. See, I do not know what is going to come today or tomorrow or the years to come. I do not know. So many things are there waiting. So I should be afraid of it. Oh, I am going to receive a lot of goods and bads. But I am not worried. I am just worried about the present, present worry. How to escape out of it. People are always thinking about the present worry, the prarathavane, but they don't worry about the agamyam. The best way to escape out of praratham is to correct the agamyam. Leave alone sanjidam. Sanjidam will be taken care of with the presence of Guru. But as on date, how God is going to help you? If you are ready to correct your likes and dislikes, if you are ready to commit your agamyam without likes and dislikes, then God is going to help you out of the praratham. The only way to get away from the praratham, the only way to get away from the suffering of the praratham, see, praratham means goods and bads, of course. Some good things may also come. You should not choose. Praratham, whatever good comes, whatever nice things comes, I will enjoy. Only the bad things are to be avoided. Don't think like that. You must take a uniform decision. Let it come bad or good, I will not want it. If you are going to do your agamyam, that is, you are committing present activities, your present activities, if they don't involve your likes and dislikes, then definitely God is helping you, or you are helping yourself definitely to get out of the miseries of praratham. But take it from me, praratham, most of them will be only sufferings. Only a few will be enjoyment. For a few enjoyments, we are ready to take all the sufferings. That is the way of life we are leading. For a few seconds of enjoyment, people are suffering for years. If you just analyze your worries, all these worries are caused by few moments of enjoyment. That is the theory of the life, as a matter of fact. Either you accept it or not, it is the fact. So God, don't blame the God. People don't believe God, either they don't believe or they blame the God. There is nothing to be blamed on Him. We are responsible for our sufferings, we are responsible for everything we are committing, we are responsible for whatever we receive. We are responsible. Summa dukham varumo, summa dukkam varumo. அவரவர் வினை வழி அவரவர் வந்தனர், அவரவர் வினை வழி அவரவர் அனுபவம். The first saint of Dharmiyathinam, he has uttered these golden words. I have come to this world not because of somebody else. I have come to this world to suffer my own deeds, to take the yield of my own deeds. There is nobody else to take care of all these things. Whatever I do, I have to suffer. Okay, so the three parts of the vinay, deed, action, performance, whatever you call. In Tamil it is the vinay. In English, which word will be more suitable, I do not know. Vinay, vinay payan, the yield of the deed, the yield of the action. It is a cycle. The first stage of the cycle is ahamyam. Then it goes to the second stage. The first stage is again likes and dislikes. It goes to the second stage, sanjidam. It is sukshamam. There it is registered in the form of pavam and punyam. Then it comes to the third stage. That is called a praratham. It is there where you actually feel it, the result. Inbam, tunbam. You understand? Viruppu, veruppu, pava, punyam, inba, tunbam. Likes and dislikes, pavam and punyam. Pavam and punyam means it is registered in the form of pavam and punyam. Another thing you must understand, I want to impress upon, is the day you do a mistake or you do a good thing, let it be anything, you commit something, then it is registered, then its yield is coming over. How long it takes? How it is calculated? How it is calculated? The thing is, why it is not, the actions result is not immediately, at sometimes it is not immediately felt over. Why? Because the actions we are doing, every minute is accounted, is it not? So they are listed. When you are doing some current action, it comes in the list as the last entry. You understand? There are entries going on. Then something you are doing, it is the last entry. So its result has to be given to you, means on completion of all the previous entries alone, this entry will be coming into effect. Naturally, isn't it? Naturally, logically, you are doing something means immediately the result will not come, because there are so many entries ahead of it. All these entries are to be suffered by you, and then only our last thing it will come. That is why people are thinking, I have done this thing, I have done that thing, I am not punished, I have escaped. People are thinking like that. They are foolishly thinking like that. See, the result, if it is not given to you immediately, means it is pending. Why it is pending means there are so many entries ahead of it. All these entries are to be completed before it comes into effect. That is why you are not punished the day when you do it. You understand, sometimes if you do some mistake, immediately it is found out and you are being punished. You are being punished. You understand? Okay. Now you can rest assured that well and good, there are not many entries ahead of it. Because once it is committed, the effect is given to you. That means no other entries are there. It is well and good, isn't it? You please understand one important thing. How long your entries are to be waiting, that much it grows. That much it grows. Yes. You do a mistake, the result is given to you immediately, means quantum wise it will be less. If it is to be stored and it will come to effect only after certain time, means during that time it will grow. As a small boy, when some saints came for lunch to the house, the small boy threw a small stone in their meals without their knowledge. The saint took the stone along with the meals, and without knowing it, that small stone is very small issue. So it is mixed with the rice and he doesn't know, and he just swallowed it, consumed it. The boy also grew up. He also became a saint. He just had forgotten the mistake he did earlier. So when he was taken to the heaven, a big stone was there in their way. The people who are taking him are saying to him, "O saint, you have to consume the big stone before you reach your seat in the heaven." Why should I consume this big stone? He is asking. Then they said that this is the small stone you threw into the lunch of the saint. One day you did that mistake. The small stone grew like the big stone. Now, the small stone, the mistake you did, it grew during these years, and you have to consume this stone before you get into the heaven. Why this story is being told? It's because whatever you do, if it is waiting for the result, then the duration of the wait will amount to the quantity of the yield. If it is waiting for a longer period, then you have to suffer longer things. That is why some sufferings come to us in a big scale. It is because it has been waiting in our account for a longer period. So, you understand in the intricacy of the Vini. First of all, Ahamyam, then goes to Sanjidam, then comes to experience, real experience as Praratham. During this cycle, when you are enjoying Praratham, whether it's an enjoyment or a suffering, when you are just experiencing it, you please understand you are also committing Ahamyam, because when you are experiencing, you have likes and dislikes. These likes and dislikes, they are the seeds for the future deeds, actions. Now you understand the Praratham and Ahamyam, they are connected by your likes and dislikes. That is why I told you, when you are doing something without likes and dislikes, automatically the Praratham is also enjoyed by you, suffered by you without like and dislike, which is the way to escape from Praratham. These two are connected, interconnected. You don't have a control over Sanjidam to Praratham. You don't have control over from Ahamyam to Sanjidam. Once you do, it will go to Sanjidam definitely. Then from Sanjidam, it will definitely come to Ahamyam. Nobody can challenge it. Nobody can escape out of it. But you have a small privilege. You have a small freedom. That is why அவ்வினைக்கு இவ்வினையாம் என்று சொல்லும் அகுதறிவி உய்வினை நாடாது இருப்பது உந்தமக்கு உணமன்றே. That's how Tirigana Sambandar says. உய்வினை நாடாதிருப்பது உந்தமக்கு ஊனமன்றே. கைவினை செய்து எம்பிரான் கடல் போற்றுதும் நாமடியோம். How to do a thing without likes and dislikes? Okay, sir, you are saying that by doing without likes or dislikes, our actions don't become ahamyam, then the cycle gets broken. Okay, it's a nice idea you are giving, but how to get out of the likes and dislikes? It is a natural behavior of the soul. It is a natural behavior. Anything, every moment we are liking or disliking. Is it not? Everything you like or dislike, either you like it or dislike. That's how the life goes. Then how can you escape out of this behavior? That is how that is how we are thinking, and we are seeking the solution. The solution is offered by our saint, the great Tirigana Sambandar. So if you want to avoid likes and dislikes, put everything responsibility on the God Almighty. Something comes, oh God, you have given me this. Since you have given this, I will not like it or I will not dislike it. I will just accept it. You have given me. That's all. எம்பிரான் கடல் போற்றுதும் நாமடியோம் உய்வினை நாடாதிருப்பது உந்தமக்கு உணன்றே கைவினை செய்து எம்பிரான் கடல் போற்றுதும் நாமடியோம். கைவினை செய்து, what does it mean? Do everything fixing the responsibility on the God. நன்றே செய்வாய் பிழை செய்வாய் யாமே செய் யாதே செய்யினும் யாமலோம் நீ எனில். Why all these things they mean you perform everything without likes or dislikes, but thinking about the grace of God. You think of the grace of the Lordship. That is the only way to get out of your likes and dislikes. It is not easy. Don't think that I will get away from likes and dislikes. Other religions, let us say Buddha says, leave out all your desires. Without all desires, if you are leaving, where to stand? See, if you don't, if you are ready to wither out, or if you are ready to shell out all the desires, then what is to be the status of the human wisdom, soul's wisdom? Where will it stand? Say, it has to clutch something. The natural behavior of the soul's wisdom is to clutch something. எதையாவது சார்ந்திருத்தல் ஆன்ம அறிவு. எதையும் சாராமல் ஆன்ம அறிவு இருக்க முடியாது. You understand? It cannot stand on its own. It has to clutch something. It is clutching the Yanavam. It is clutching Mayai. It is clutching Kanmam. All these things are accounted. Why? Because the natural behavior of the soul is to clutch something, to depend on something. If you want the soul's wisdom not to be dependent, not to be depending on the likes and dislikes or the word or anything, then where should it will stand? It has to clutch something. It has to be dependent on something. Offer something for its dependence. There comes the Almighty's wisdom. Almighty. So that is why if I have likes, if I don't have likes and dislikes, it is not the natural behavior of the soul. Then do one thing. Start liking the Almighty. You understand? Start liking the Almighty. Start disliking everything against the Almighty. So it is your natural behavior, like and dislike. So something is offered in line with your behavior. So offer, you like everything about the Almighty. Start thinking about Him. Start praising Him. Start doing everything on His behalf. Everything, whatever you do, you attribute to the grace of Lord Shiva. I have done this because of the grace of Lord Shiva. Without His grace, how can you expect me to do this? So naturally start affixing the responsibility, all your likes and dislikes on Lord Shiva. Then naturally what will happen is, if you fix up the likes and dislikes on Lord Shiva, naturally ahamyam, the result of the ahamyam will go to Lord Shiva. Will go to Lord Shiva. The praratham, again you will not have any likes and dislikes towards the prapancham, only towards Lord Shiva. So praratham also goes to His lotus feet. That is why you are evading or avoiding or escaping, you are circumventing the praratham. The only solution, the praratham, to escape out of the praratham, because it is very horrible and terrible. Who will not fear of praratham? I am afraid of Praratham, you are afraid of Praratham, everybody in this world is afraid of Praratham, either knowing or with unknowingly. They are afraid of Praratham. What is in store for us? Who knows? You understand? We would not have expected this much of horrible things in 2020 at the fag end of 2019. We would not have expected such a horrible, the whole year we have been fighting on so many issues. We have not expected. And the fight is not yet over. It is taking different sphere, different shapes. So please understand, Praratham is the very, very dangerous thing, and also the Sanchidam. So kindly understand, God is expecting us to correct our deeds, to correct our actions in Ahamyam. So whatever we have, the human structure or the physical structure or tattvas or the tools, whatever have been offered, please understand, you have to do action, learning to do the action without likes and dislikes, fixing the likes and dislikes on the Lord Himself. Neela Nanindere Yen, Umay Nittalum Kaitoluvain. Sundara Brahman says in Tirukolili. So don't limit yourself, don't constrain yourself that the puja time is the only time to think about God. If you want to be out of danger, if you want to avoid the sufferings, never leave from the God. Always pay attention to the grace of Lord. There are a lot of things to think about Him. If you just think the helps He has extended so far, the whole life can be dedicated for Him. So many helps, so many things He has done to us. So correct your actions, correct your performance. How to correct it? Doing good thing or bad thing? No. Whatever you do it without likes and dislikes. But have your likes and dislikes on the Almighty, not on the performance. So whenever you are expected to do some duty, do it without likes and dislikes, but fixing the responsibility, fixing the likes and dislikes on the Almighty. That is the theory taught by our saints. It may look very difficult for us. It is not difficult. If once you practice, once you start practicing it, it comes as a habit. Some people always think about God. Some say that, sir, will it not be boring all the time thinking about God? I should have some recreation. Then be ready to receive suffering. If you want recreation, you should be ready to receive the result of it, isn't it? If you are making yourself for enjoyment, then be ready for the suffering also. Naturally, isn't it? They are the two sides of a single coin. Your experience has two sides. Your experience is a coin which has two sides. No enjoyment comes single. It is accompanied by so many sufferings at the same time. The only pity is the enjoyment doesn't have a single suffering. It is surrounded by sufferings. You must understand the strategy. No single enjoyment comes alone. No single enjoyment comes alone. It comes with multiple sufferings, miseries, pinned down to it. That is why people are doing something for single enjoyment, suffering for years together. Multiple sufferings they are experiencing. Why this is happening? It is their natural phenomena that's going on. You cannot avoid. So please understand, we have discussed in detail for the past 3 sessions about the Kanma Malam. Kanma Malam. Okay, Kanma Malam. It involves our actions and results. Our actions are done in Ahamyam. They are stored in Sanjidam and they come back to experience as Praratham. We do everything with the likes and dislikes. We inherently possess likes and dislikes. Whatever we do, whether we will attach either likes or hatred. So depending upon our likes and dislikes, the actions are bringing results. The results are stored in Sanjidam. Why they are stored? Because there are results already stored ahead of it. So they come in a queue. So Praratham, whatever we do, they come as Praratham. From Sanjidam we come. We don't have control over Sanjidam. We don't have control over Praratham. Because you have already taken this birth. This birth is going to have a set of Prarathams already decided. Nobody can change the list. Nobody can change. The list is fully drawn, fully approved. It's being implemented. It's being implemented. It cannot be stopped in the halfway. Nobody can do it. Things will come. They are on the way. It will reach you one day or other. What to do? How to escape out of the Praratham? The only thing is, only freedom you have is to correct the Ahamyam. Correction of Ahamyam is nothing but doing things without likes or dislikes. Doing things without likes and dislikes. Even if you are a parent, you are taking care of your child, do it without like or dislike. Think that is the duty given to you by the Lord. Attach the likes and dislikes with the God. You attach all the likes on the God. You attach all the dislikes against his principle, against his strategy, against his theory. Whatever is told, whatever is uttered against God's theory, you express your dislike. I don't want that. I want only the stotra of Lordship. So, likewise, the only way to break the chain is to have your likes on God and have your dislikes on the theories against God. So, likewise, if you pin down your likes and dislikes, you remove your likes and dislikes on the worldly actions, correct your Ahamyam. Ahamyam and Praratham are interconnected. Once you correct the Ahamyam, automatically Praratham will come, but you will not suffer. It will come to the physical structure, but the soul will not experience it. You will not experience it. You understand? It is done in medicine. Sometimes if they want to operate something, they are giving anesthesia. Once it is over, you understand that it has been done. You understand that it has been already done. You didn't feel the pain during the operation. How? Because you have been given anesthesia. Likewise, this anesthesia is nothing but the Praratham. The anesthesia is the liking for the God, concentration on God's effect, concentration on the helps extended by the God, thinking always about God's might, God's grace, God's kindness. So that is the anesthesia for you to get out of the pain of the sufferings of Praratham. So we have discussed enough about Karma Malam. We will continue our discussion in the next session, that is on 28th noon. We will continue our chapter, the philosophy of Saiva Sidhdhantham. I think that I am giving you the details as much as simple as much as possible. I don't know whether it is complicated or whether it is simple. I am just offering it. I am just trying to remove all the complications. The simple submission, the simpler most submission, I am trying to give you. So how far I am successful, I do not understand. I do not know. So I do not have any likes or dislikes over this. I will rest the likes and dislikes to the lotus feet of Lord Shiva, and rest assured that the kindness of Lord Shiva is for us. Once again, please allow me to thank our Qatar couple, Mrs. and Mr. Saravanan, who has taken, they have taken the initiative, isn't it? They have taken the initiative for this program. The program is feasible only because of them. They are insisting for this. I do not know how far it is successful, but they are insisting. They expect that people will get benefited out of it. People who don't have very much familiar with the Tamil language, they will be benefited by this to understand the philosophy of Saiva Sidhdhantham. God will suitably reward their attitude, and let us complete this session by chanting the 5-lettered mantra. Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya. திருச்சிற்றம்பலம். தென்னாடுடைய சிவனே போற்றி, எந்நாட்டவர்க்கும் இறைவா போற்றி, வெற்றிவேல் முருகனுக்கு அரோகரா. திருச்சிற்றம்பலம்.